Hey, welcome back to Album April. It's April 20th, and today I listened to It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back by Public Enemy. This album was released in 1988, right around the point where gangsta rap and progressive rap were exploding into the mainstream. But this album apparently wasn't just in the right place at the right time. Looking back on it, historians and critics have cited it as one of the most important and influential early hip-hop albums of all time. Right up there with Illmatic or Straight Outta Compton. My first impression of this album, whose name is too long, so I'm just going to abbreviate it as Nation of Millions, happened before I even listened to a single song. I was looking through the track list on Wikipedia, and I noticed there was something on it I had never seen before. On the right, there was a column of samples used for the songs, and for most of the songs on this album, there were at least 3 songs sampled in it, often more. Apparently, this is in a subgenre of hip-hop called sampledelia. There's even a song on this album about this group being very defensive about their use of sampling. I'm not going to make any judgments on them based on their use of samples. I'm just going to look at the way that the songs sound in a vacuum. And in a vacuum, I don't like the production on this album. It's repetitive, it's obnoxious, they keep repeating the same annoying noises over and over. There were 2 songs on this album, Terminator X to the Edge of Panic and Rebel Without a Pause, where they would literally just repeat this high-pitched squealing noise again and again and again. Oh, and by the way, Terminator X is the name of their DJ, the person who does the production, or at least one of them. This is a song that was deliberately made to show off how good their producer was. Outside of the production, I wasn't a much fan of the performers on this either. I think for almost the entire thing, it was literally just Chuck D and Flav Flav. Chuck D kind of served as a rapper, and Flav Flav, I guess you could call him a rapper too, but he also kind of felt like a hype man. He was also kind of annoying, especially as the album kept going. He would go, "Yeah, boy!" on like every single song. I feel like this album would be a lot better if you only listen to one song at a time, which is not conducive to a good album. Still, it wasn't all bad. My favorite song from Nation of Millions is Louder Than a Bomb. That really was just the song where there weren't any baffling decisions made when it comes to the production, and actually felt a lot more coherent. But on the other hand, there were a lot more songs on this album that I had issues with, and a couple that I just straight up would give a pass to. I would like to briefly mention the song Don't Believe the Hype, which is actually about Public Enemy dispelling a lot of the rumors about them being spread by people, even in the media. I don't know anything about their public relations. I was not around back then. I don't really care. But I did notice that Chuck D decided to specifically shout out Louis Farrakhan in that song. And if I'm saying his name wrong, I don't care, because Louis Farrakhan is a homophobe, an anti-Semite, and a cult leader. If that lyric didn't already smell at the time of this album's release, it absolutely aged like milk every day since then. But definitely the worst song on this album, in my opinion, is She Watches Channel Zero, because the track listing has a question mark and an exclamation point at the end of that. The song is about the members of Public Enemy giving their girlfriend a hard time for watching TV they don't like, saying that it's making her blind or something. I thought it was news stations that they didn't like, but no, apparently it's referring to soap operas and daytime television, which seems more than a little bit hypocritical to me, because if I'm to understand correctly, their whole thing was that they were rebels, they were speaking truth to power, they were the type of music that the man didn't want you to listen to. They were called Public Enemy. So it feels kind of weird that they think they can tell other people what media they can or cannot consume. Not to mention that the song itself was annoying and mean-spirited in tone. Overall, I would say that I do not think Nation of Millions holds up, and I understand I am not the target audience for this album, but I wasn't the target audience for Illmatic or To Pimp a Butterfly either, and those were some of the best albums I reviewed last year. It's not really about the genre of music, it's about the way it's done, and I didn't like the way It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back was done. Overall, I didn't care for it. Alright, thank you for listening. I'll see you tomorrow.